So what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you saw a recent video I did, we reminisced about the days of buying physical media at Kmart. Well, some of those days back then might have paid off because you may have a gold mine on your shelf and not know it. Let's talk about some releases that were out there that now could put some big money in your pocket. What are we waiting for? Let's go.
Let me talk to you.
So what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm JeffMan316, your pop culture reporter, because that's what it says there. JeffMan316 live. That's where you and I join up right here, usually Sunday nights around 9 p.m. Eastern. We watch along to a movie, talk about pop culture, physical media. We just watch used cars. Got the disc still right there where I was telling everybody that's the Shout Select, and I picked up that, and I still have my Twilight Time. Just a side note, Twilight Time, you might want to get some of those if you like scores. They always used to have an isolated score on there, especially that one does, that used cars, and then other ones did, like Fright Night and things like that. So don't give away your Twilight Time Blu Rays just because they're being re-released. You probably don't have the film score, the isolated film score on there, but I digress. Yeah, so the more you know about collecting, the better you're off, right? So I'm going to tell you about some value you might have on your shelf. So in that recent Kmart video, I gave some examples where you could find some cool bargains in there. At the time, Teaching Mrs. Tingle, that's a pretty decent still movie that people are still... it's highly sought after, I guess, a good way to put it. Then you got multi-feature sets like this. Now, this Hellraiser's got 4 titles on it. So they obviously crammed on one disc. Picture quality probably wasn't good. You got Hellraiser Bloodline. You got Hellraiser Inferno. You got Hellraiser Hellseeker. Hellraiser Hellworld. So the cool thing about it is sometimes they even released alternate versions. The reason this one is still sealed is because I found a similar version back in the day, and I kind of like this artwork as well. It's got some alternate artwork. So Bloodline is the same, but Inferno, Hellseeker, and Hellworld are totally different. Look at this one. You got Bloodline there with the same cover, but look at Inferno. Got alternate little artwork there. This one too. And then I love that one down there, man. Little chatter action. So yeah, you got 2 versions. So back then I was double fucking dipping when I shouldn't have, buying the same movie twice. So with that being said, they would cram those movies on those sets sometimes, and then they also wouldn't put any special features on there. And Echo Bridge is the one that released it. They rarely put anything on there, and they're famous for cramming movies, especially like DVDs, a lot of different movies onto the same disc. But sometimes you were lucky enough you could re-find the movies later, and they would make it to where instead of 4, sometimes you got 2. And that's what I did with this one. Hellraiser Bloodline and Hellraiser Inferno, I was able to get in a double pack. So it's only 2 movies instead of 4 on this disc. And I don't think they put any special features on here. They always used to say a special feature is the audio or the high definition and being in widescreen. But, you know, that was a way back then they didn't really give a shit, but it at least that's got a little bit of disc artwork on it. So sometimes you went from 4 down to 2. Now, if you were lucky enough and you were able to find the single disc releases, that's what we really want to talk about in this video. Some of the, not only Hellraiser, but that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Some of the Hellraiser movies are really hard to find on the single disc releases, and I actually have 4 single disc releases, and I think the ones I'm going to show you are going to go from the ones that are easiest to find or were the easiest to find to some of the harder ones to find and the ones that are worth more. I give you the first one is Hellraiser Bloodline. So I was able to get Hellraiser Bloodline on a single disc release, and once again it doesn't have any special features. It says feature picture is 16 by 9, and then the audio. So this one has no special features on it. At least you do get disc artwork. So that's Hellraiser Bloodline. What year did this come out? Hellraiser Bloodline, this disc came out in 2011. So Hellraiser Bloodline there, Hellraiser Inferno. Now, I haven't been able to find a single disc version of Hellraiser Inferno. Does it exist? Did Echo Bridge take their Miramax titles and did they release Hellraiser Inferno individually? Because I found Bloodline, so that's the first one. Then what did I find? I found Hellraiser HELLWORLD. I like that cover artwork. Give you a little bit closer look. It's got the zeros and ones on there. A lot of these later Hellraiser movies, they basically took scripts that weren't Hellraiser and then they pigeonholed Pinhead in there. This one has got the 16:9. The audio is, English 5.1, but it says it actually has a special feature, a commentary track, and Ticket to Hell. So I don't know whether that's commentary track, Ticket to Hell. It's got a colon in there. I'm assuming that's what they're calling it. There's a closer look. This is from 2005. The release is from 2011. When was this one out? This was 1996 when Bloodline came out. So this was 2005. And it's got Lance Hendrickson. Some of these are not terrible. This says Henry Cavill is in this one. I haven't watched this one in ages. So this one of the Supermen that I like is actually in this. I need to go back and watch. Does he got a bit part in it? Put that in the comments down below. Hellraiser HELLWORLD. What did we get with Henry Cavill in it? So that actually had a special feature in it. And I've got a little story about this one too, and might tell you about how OCD I am about stuff. But let's go ahead and just tell you about the movie first. It's Hellraiser Hellseeker. It's one of those ones that's first time on Blu Ray. So I don't know what order I got these in, but if this is the first time on Blu Ray, I've got it in that other pack. I've got it in the 4-pack. So this one came out in 2012. The 4-pack came out in 2011. So that's a little bit of false advertising there. But here's Hellraiser, Hellseeker, Evil, Deadly, Immortal. And this one does not have any special features on it. It's from 2002. It just has the 16:9 and the English 5.1 DTS audio. So Hellseeker, this one is worth a little bit of money if you go look. Now, the side story I was going to tell you about is you see that little nick right there? There's another little one down here. There's 2 holes in it. I remember loaning this movie out to somebody. And then back in the day, I don't loan them out, my physical media out anymore. If I do, it's mainly just to maybe my father. But back in the day, I used to loan quite a few friends and maybe some people at work some of my movies. But I stopped doing that. And the reason is I would get movies like this back and nobody would tell me anything about it. And the next time I go pick it up to watch it, you got little damage to the case, or sometimes it'd be the cover artwork might have a rip or a bend in it, or you get it back and the disc look like somebody got fingerprints all over them, or they were eating food when they were watching it. It's almost like when you go to the flea markets and or the Goodwill store.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Yeah, you want to know what just grinds my gears is when you loan movies out and then they don't come back in the same condition and the person doesn't tell you about it. But I remember that specifically because of that hole in the cover. It wasn't there when I loaned it out. Now this would being rare, I probably wouldn't loan it out anyway now. So I think this is the most rare one of the bunch that I have. And this one in particular isn't on the 4-pack. And this came out in 2013 from Echo Bridge. The movie itself, I don't even know what year this thing came out. 2004 is what it says. This is Hellraiser DEADER. Now I really like the cover artwork on this. So this one could be the first time on Blue because it as far as I know, like I said, it wasn't released on any other of the multi-pack sets. So, and this one has actually got a lot of special features on it. Behind the scenes visual effects, deleted extended scenes, a gag reel, location scouting, making of, practical effects, and storyboard comparisons. So this is an actual cool release. Now I didn't show you all the discs, but we'll look at this one. Kind of bland. But with that being said, I think this is one of the most rare ones of the bunch. Now all of these I'm pretty sure I bought at Kmart back in the day out of that bargain bin. I think the individual releases I might only pay $5.99 or maybe $7.99, and I think maybe the multi-pack releases were possibly $9.99 if I can't remember, but they were all under $10. So probably a movie that I paid less than $10 for, and I know it's worth most of the time sells for at least $100. So watch for these Miramax titles here, Miramax at the top, in this first time on Blue. If it's an individual release, some of those ones are the ones that are worth the most money because they only got released once and they didn't get released in the multi-pack sets. So, or at least the majority of them didn't, like this one. Now this one did, so it's not worth quite as much. But yeah, some of these things, man, are just like gold. So go back and look at some of the stuff you bought back in the day at Kmart or other places online. Maybe you went out to stores back then like Walmart. I don't know who else had it. I just know I did this video as a companion piece because I personally found these Miramax single disc releases and multi-packs in my Kmart bargain bin. So do you remember finding any of those? And have you discovered that you've got some buried treasure on your shelf somewhere that you didn't know you had? Go look up some of those titles. You might be surprised at the value. So hopefully this was a fun look, reminisce back about releases of Hellraiser, along with a little, hey, more information about some value of your collection that you might not have known about. So I'm hoping you liked this video, and if you did, drop a like on it. Like, comment, subscribe, share. I ask you to do that to all the videos. I always tell everybody during the live stream, any video of mine, whether it's a live or whether it's a posted video, hit the thumbs up when you're watching it. Like that video. It helps the algorithm. Comment, subscribe, and share. That also helps the channel. Put comments under there. It also helps the algorithm get it going. I try to respond as many as possible. If nothing else, I'll give you a like or I'll hit a little heart on it. So I really appreciate when you guys do that. If you are a subscriber, thank you. We're almost at 4,000. I'm going to do a giveaway when we get there, but make sure you hit the notification bell if you're a subscriber, and it'll let you know when I post new videos. So hopefully you enjoyed this walk down memory lane. I'm going to do another one soon about the Dollar Tree because I got some old footage there. Watch the thrift store video I posted. Watch my weekly haul videos. Come over to the live streams. Lots of fun stuff about physical media here on the channel. And until next time, boys and girls, it's been Jeff Man 316. I'm your pop culture reporter, and I'm signing out saying you guys be safe out there.
We have such sights to show you.